Brandon, both our teams are eliminated. The Perna curse has gone to the NBA.
No, don't put this on me now.
Brandon, stream one game. What happened to the Nuggets? We here.
Steph.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. Yeah. Oh, I like the mug. Is that a moose?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Yellowstone you see there.
That's Kevin Costner, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I cut your song off short. I felt like it was just going to go in a lot of directions that I wasn't going to enjoy. So.
It was going to be a power ballad.
Yeah.
It was going to be there. It was hey, there you go, Adam. There you go. Oh. Listen, I'm happy.
Okay, Adam.
I am happy for the Timberwolves. And you might be like, that's weird, because I have now gotten on the bandwagon of I want every other sports team in Minnesota to do well, except for the Vikings. Like, I'm okay,
interesting.
Right? Because then it's like, it's not the people I hate. It's not the state I hate. It's the Minnesota Vikings that I hate.
Sure.
So, okay. In that way, if they all do well, and then...
That's a weird troll, but I respect it.
Right? I thought it was a different way to look at it, because otherwise, I'd be like, oh, I'm upset. Nay. We're not going to let it get me down.
No, I don't hate the Timberwolves. They remind me a lot of the Nuggets.
Let's go.
So I'll be rooting for Minnesota, I think, because if they win it all, then we just lost to the best team. That's all there is to it.
Listen, Bucks lost to the Pacers, and the Pacers, they won Game 7 yesterday.
And I mean, the Bucks they were dealing with injuries.
Oh yeah.
Jamal Murray's wasn't 100%, but Minnesota and Minnesota just a matchup nightmare for the Nuggets. So, yeah, but blowing a big lead, that always sucks. But I feel like leads in like an NFL lead versus an NBA lead, they're different. It's so many things can happen so quickly in an NBA game. It's less surprising to me when you see a 10-point lead just like turn around like that. But it was
20 point.
It was frustrating. Yeah, because they got up 20 in the third quarter, and then just Jokic was ice cold. Well, nobody was helping.
I watched the back half of that game. And like they kept saying over and over that he got 1 minute of rest the entire time. Do they just like not have a ton of depth?
Yeah. There's only 3. I think 3 bench players were even active. But Jokic, he'll play. It was just like that third quarter, he kept shooting threes, missing all those threes. And where he works his magic in the paint, hitting his little, doing this thing.
Exactly, Sean.
He makes that every time. There could be 10 guys in his face. So he just does one of these and it goes in. They weren't going in, Tom. They just weren't going in.
Have you thought about bringing him in as your quarterback?
Oh, easy. Yeah, I'd take Jokic. We talked about that last night. They're like, what position would he play? I was like, our quarterback.
Quarterback. He could just do this, a little hand.
So good throwing. But, Minnesota, that matchup, we knew was going to be tough regardless. So, the Rockies, yeah.
Hey, the Avs also eliminated.
Yeah.
It's just not a great week for Denver sports.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, back-to-back heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Or Friday, Sunday, sorry.
It's just not good. It's just...
Technically, maybe it was Saturday when that game ended. Don't know.
Yeah, because it went to OT.
But, I mean, it's
double OT.
It's heartbreaking, but big picture.
Let's go.
The Avs are 2 years removed from winning it all. The Nuggets are a season away. They both made it through a round in the playoffs.
True.
There's a lot of optimism there. They're good teams. I can't comment too much on, what went wrong for the Avalanche, but I feel like the Nuggets just faced a team that was the worst possible scenario for them.
Got a lot of depth.
Yeah,
Also,
and that's the thing. The role players for the Nuggets, they just weren't there last night. Like, I think the Jokic and Murray finished with 35 and 34 points. I think the next highest scoring player had 5 points. So, like, when one guy's struggling, you need somebody to pick it up. And the Wolves, they played like a pack of wolves, Tom, moving in unison, attacking their opponent from all angles. And the worst part about it, this guy, Jay McDaniels, you know what it feels like to be thwarted by another Jay McDaniels here in Denver, Tom?
I feel it. I feel it.
Anti-McDaniels. Your last name is McDaniels. Please do not even watch this show. McDaniel, singular, that's fine. But you got that S on there?
What if we ever got Josh McDaniels on the show?
I would give him a piece of my mind.
You would do the show, though. You would do the show. Would that be like, who would be the
I don't
one...
even want to talk to Josh McDaniels.
That's
no.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't.
It's like, I don't.
Tom Brady, I'd want to talk to.
Tom Brady, you want to talk to.
Yeah, Brady, I would talk to. Mahomes, I would talk to. Well, I don't mind Mahomes. I would talk to Travis Kelce. I used to hate Phillip Rivers, but I really miss him. I'd love to talk to Phil.
Natural family planning.
I'd ask him, like, so can you explain the rhythm method to me in great detail? And how did that affect you as a passer? Specifically in the fourth quarter. Where you like to throw those interceptions.
Listen, if Perna's teams, what would it be like? Because you've seen the Avs win, you've seen the Denver Nuggets win, right?
Seen the Broncos win.
You've seen the Broncos win.
3 times.
Oh Jesus!
Don't forget 3 Super Bowls in my lifetime by the Denver Broncos.
So you know what? I don't want to hear anything. You've seen all of your sports teams win it, except what? The Rockies.
Yeah, and they made it. They made it to the series.
That's close.
And then just got swept by the Red Sox or whatever. When the Rockies had that run, that was a lot of fun. That was the most baseball I ever watched. But yeah, and I mean, big picture, it's Denver, Colorado. It's a respectable sports state. But for the Broncos, since 2015, it has been rough. And you can live with a couple rough years after Super Bowl. You're like, fine. And then at a certain point, you're like, wait, when's it going to change? When's it going to change? Are we going to suck forever? Because you can suck for a long time. You can suck for a long time in the NFL. We know that. Browns, Lions, yes. I know there are more tormented fan bases out there. Buffalo, we know.
You've seen your team win 3 Super Bowls, right? 3?
Yes.
And then you're like, I know that there's others out there that have been in worse situations. There's teams that haven't been there at all. I ain't been there. So I think, if anything, the curse should continue.
Well, I think we got 10 years after Manning retires. So I think we're cursed through 2025.
Okay.
That's my new superstition.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they play defense so relentlessly. Like, it wears teams down, I feel like.
Oh, I'll be watching.
Yeah, Nas Reed, and he didn't even have a big game, but that dude's a problem when he gets going. They're a good team. I hope they win it. And I would love to see Timberwolves versus Celtics, and the Wolves beat the Celtics. Or if you get Wolves Pacers, that's a fun one for whoever wins.
Yeah, 2 small markets. That would be fun.
I'd root for either one of those teams to win.
I don't want to see the Celtics. Sorry.
I want to see them lose.
Yeah,
watching Boston fans melt down is fun. I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot.
Hockey.
Talk about a team. Talk about a sports town that's had a lot of glory over the last 20 years. Can't feel sorry for any Boston sports fan for another decade.
No. Sorry. It's done. I still remember the curse with the Red Sox. I remember. It's true. Listen.
But it was fun. It was a fun game to stream.
Yeah, your stream had like over 5,000 people in there. I saw that was great.
Yeah, it was.
You wearing a
it's
Lions
at this point
shirt?
of the year, like we've talked about, you start to worry. Like, oh god, it's the dead zone. What? What'd you say?
Are you wearing a Lions shirt?
Go Birds! Lion Birds. Yeah, I'm wearing a Lion shirt. It's cute.
Brandon. Curse. Right after the curse came for the Denver Nuggets.
I
And
saw
the
these
Avs.
shirts on Amazon. I got a Lions, I got a Bills, and I got a Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Because the shirts are right up my alley. Right up
There.
my alley.
Listen, we got some stuff to talk about today.
We do.
I want to talk about this Fanatics thing. Definitely. Because,
Yes.
Marvin Harrison Jr. So this happened. I saw this article yesterday or maybe 2 days ago at this point.
Yeah.
Because it was reported that Marvin Harrison hadn't signed his NFLPA contract, which means like he couldn't be put in Madden, like he couldn't be put like they couldn't use his image or anything, and he hadn't signed it yet. And it was like, okay, that's interesting. And I've talked about the NFLPA before, talked about it with Ben Kurt as well, that it just so happens that, the royalties and stuff that you that you pay into for the NFLPA to be a part of it just happens to be the same amount of money you get from EA for being in Madden. Just interesting little tidbit there. But now it's going even further because Fanatics, who is one of the most well-respected, well-made, non-tarnished products and companies that is out there is just no questioning the quality of the Fanatics brand. None whatsoever. They are turning around and they are suing Marvin Harrison Jr. for breach of contract. Because it seems that last year, back in 2023, Marvin Harrison Jr. signed a deal for like autographs and all that great stuff through the Fanatics brand that he'd be paid at least $1 million. And now Marvin Harrison Jr., one, did not do that. He didn't sign that stuff. And two, he's like,
that's what he's saying, right?
Yeah, he's like, I've never seen the contract before. I don't even know it exists.
That seems like it'll be a pretty easy thing to prove, one way or the other.
Just pull out the contract and be like, this is your name.
It's like do you have the contract? Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Is that your signature?
Maybe.
Maybe Marvin Harrison is boycotting Fanatics because he doesn't want the world to see his taint in the white pants that I'm sure they're going to give to NFL players. Those MLB see-through pants, a lot of people complained. I personally don't think they showed enough. I think all pants should be see-through in professional sports. I would watch more. But the weird part about this is like so it was for an autograph deal, like you just said, right? That he allegedly signed in 2023. Allegedly. Again, should be easy to prove. And it's what they're doing. What I read is like he's got his own website where he's going to sell like autographed Cardinals merch or something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get his jersey at the Cardinals store. You can't put in Harrison at the like you can't do a custom one. So those things are interesting. And this was after he basically like didn't do the combine process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't do shit. He was like, I'm not doing anything.
Because his dad is representing him right now.
Right. So like, and I get it. I think it's like there's some things they don't like about the way the NFL, you kind of have to do business with the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know what the end goal is here. Because like for something like this to work, unless he's allowed to sell his own Cardinals merch on his own website, right? Where he can,
which he's not going to be able to.
Which, I don't think he can. Like, I don't know.
He probably would just be able to sign like footballs or like just kind of like nondescript things or like blank helmets. I would assume.
Like, what's the goal there? Because a bunch of other players aren't going to join him. It's not like he's going to do this and then like all the other dudes already signed all their shit, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the only outlier right now. So I don't know what the like.
I would assume it's to get a bigger payday is what they're trying to look for. Because, when you come into the league, there is kind of like, okay, like, you sign this deal and now you're just going to sit there and you're going to sign 1 million helmets and 1 million footballs and 1 million whatever because that's just part of your deal. You'll get paid up front and then these companies are going to make bank off of you. So I think it might just be he is seeing himself as like, obviously there's a name attached to it of like that has a level of damn, like this guy's supposed to be really good, his dad, etc. That he's thinking he could make more money if he just did it himself. And I don't think it'd be a problem if he, again, Fanatics just saying he signed a contract already.
Yeah,
So
we'll see what that results in, right?
yeah, so that's like the main question. But then after that, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be able to buy his stuff unless it went through him. So from his perspective, I would imagine it's just if I just cut out the middleman and said, no, like I'm going to sell these autographs, I'm going to sell my signature, what have you, at a value that I think is appropriate, he can control that and he doesn't have to go through, someone else.
Yeah. No, I like, and if he can do it and if he can make it work and he can show other young players, like, look, you don't
need them.
Have to be beholden to the way they do things.
Yeah.
And you can make, like, he's got to say, you can make this amount of money. Now, the problem Marvin Harrison Jr. has is he was drafted by the Cardinals.
So that's why you're just like, ugh.
They're not a super popular team. Kyler Murray's been great at times, but
there's some question marks.
They're like, he's got to be really, really
he's
good.
Be really good.
Like, Arizona had maybe the greatest receiver to ever play the game in Larry Fitzgerald. Like, you can make cases for Larry Fitzgerald being the best receiver ever.
He hurt me so much.
Never was he close to the most popular receiver. You could sell a lot of merch in Arizona, but like, what is that? It's not, you're not moving merch like a Mahomes or a Butker apparently right now.
Yeah.
Marvin, find a controversial issue and make some statements about it if you want to sell customized Marvin Harrison Jr. Cardinal adjacent jerseys on your website.
I think maybe it's also like creating that demand, because if he goes out there and let's just say has like an incredible season, then and he could charge whatever the heck he want, then it's like, oh, well, we can't get this, and the value of that autograph is just going to go higher because you basically devalue your own autograph when you sign a deal before you've even played. Because at this point, like, let's just take Caleb Williams, for example. Yeah. Caleb Williams signed a bunch of stuff. That stuff right now is going for a lot of money. Like, I've seen it go, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, he's making bank before he's even taken a snap. Marvin Harrison Jr. got to be real, real good for this to work out. Also for the things Arnold is I'm concerned about, but there's going to be a good team. I'm not overly concerned. There's going to be a good team.
Yeah. I admire people trying to make more money when they know they're going to make $22.5 million, like Marvin Harrison, whose dad is already, wealthy from playing in the NFL. Personally, if the NFL said, you're going to make $22.5 million no matter what happens, I would be like, I am doing no business outside of football. I am going to relax. I'm not answering any fucking emails about my goddamn t-shirts, about shit I'm signing, nothing. I am not trying to make an extra penny because I got $22.5 million coming to me, probably all 35.4. And if I'm good on the field, I'm going to get paid a shit ton of money as a wide receiver in the NFL. So people who have that drive to do business, to start businesses, to take generational wealth this is generational wealth, I would say, but turn it into multi-generational wealth. That takes some drive. That takes a lot of drive.
Yeah.
What's crazy too about like the rookie pay scale?
Well, his dad went through this too, so I would assume that there's at least some familiarity with the process. I'm sure things have changed.
I still wouldn't deal with it though. I'd be like, I don't want it. I just whatever. Sell my jersey. I don't care.
You just don't want to deal with the hassle of like doing it and listing it. I mean, I'm sure that they're going to have people. Well, that's the thing, right? If he gets a bunch of let's just say blank footballs and just signs 100 of them and is selling them, for $500 a pop right now, like he'll make some good money.
Yeah. I would get one jersey if I were Marvin Harrison. I'd make one jersey and I'll put it on my website and I'll try to sell it just for like $1 million. Like, this is the only one I'm doing ever.
I think he would lose money then.
$2 million.
Still might.
$3 million. Yeah, just one-off.
Mm.
Just a one-off. But okay, 22.5 guaranteed, right? But that's for the life of the contract.
Hmm.
And when the NFL implemented this, because of their negotiations with the NFLPA, I think it was like Sam Darnold, or not Sam Darnold, sorry. Oh my God, Bradford. Sam Bradford. I think he was the last quarterback to get paid, when rookies were able to negotiate their contracts. And I believe he was making like 20 million a year as a rookie. So this is like another reason I think a guy like Marvin Harrison, whose dad knows the ropes, are trying to maximize what they do earn as a rookie. Because compared to what it was, once this was implemented, it's a lot different now.
Do you think it could be, and I'm just going to use the most recent example, can it be like a Caitlin Clark kind of thing? Where it's like, here's your contract, right? I'm going to hold out to get an insane deal with somebody. I just don't know if there's going to be a company out there that's going to sign an insane deal with him because he has to produce. Because like Marvin Harrison Jr. was hyped coming out of college, obviously, his first wide receiver off the board, but doesn't have, I'm not even trying to be like, doesn't have the star power that like Caitlin Clark has to the WNBA, right? That Nike's going to be like, here's like $1 jillion. So.
Caitlin Clark could play receiver better than Marvin Harrison Jr. in the NFL, is what I heard you just say.
Yep, there you go. Well,
I'm the king of jizz.
We need to get.
Let me find that clip for you guys. We need that to be a clip.
Need that clip.
We do need that to be a clip.
In the meantime,
I like how Tom doesn't even bat an eye when he knows I'm looking for an "I'm the king of jizz" clip.
Yep. Let's just. Why not?
Wear a diaper.
Rah, 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 rah.
Wear a diaper.
Rah, 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 rah.
Wear a diaper.
Rah, 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 rah.
Wear a diaper.
I haven't heard that one in a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where's my king of jizz?
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
I can't find my king of jizz, guys.
So sophomores get a 4-year deal for jerseys, 2 years into their NFL deals. That's what he's fighting.
Somebody gave us some. What is it?
So he's saying sophomores get a 4-year deal for jerseys, 2 years into their NFL deals, and that's what he's fighting. So he just wants a better deal.
Okay.
So there you go. Wants a better deal.
Sure. I think, I said, I don't know if it's gonna work. Because I think it takes more than one guy to push something like that.
Sure.
But I am all for players seeing where they can make more money through the NFL and where they're getting kind of like maybe taken a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. It's curious to see like if it's going to end up. I think it's going to be interesting to see how well Marvin Harrison Jr. does. Because if he does really, really well before anything is signed or wherever this gets figured out. Because I think there's also people are just like, Fanatics is like in the can right now. And just the reputation has just plummeted. Yeah. So I think people are like, yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. go. But I'm curious to see like if there is any like lasting effect or impact of this. So changing.
I don't think there will be.
We'll see.
You need to be united when you fight the NFL.
Or you need to be like the number 1 overall pick who's supposed to be like a generational talent. Like this would be an Archie Manning, right? Like if he's like really, really, and he's just like, I'm not doing any of this.
He could take him.
That'd be the one. Speaking of getting paid and all the pay things, you put in there about Mr. Tua.
Oh yeah.
This is probably one of the most interesting storylines heading into this season.
Yeah, because he's slated to be the next quarterback paid, right?
I mean, unless it's Jordan Love,
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're a Packers fan, you want him to pay before Tua, right?
I just want Jordan Love to get paid. Yeah, I mean, it'll happen. I'm not concerned, but yeah, it'll get done before the season at some point. But the Dolphins, we said this last year. Like, I remember sitting here going, all right, it's all or nothing for the Dolphins. That's it. And now I would argue it's even more all or nothing for the Dolphins, and it's going to be more difficult this season because they had it. Like the division was handed to them last year, and they were like, no, thank you. Everybody got injured. So now we're at a spot where, okay, not only do you need to perform with the guys that you've paid a lot of money to, but now there's Tua, who it goes, what is even the deal for him and what does that look like? Because there's times when he's on the field and he's just absolutely insane. Like they're playing really well. He's perfect for that offense.
Yeah.
And then there's like, okay, there's the injury stuff. There's kind of just, is he the guy to get you over the hump? What does a contract look like? Because if Jared Goff is getting paid this amount of money, Tua's obviously going to get paid more than Jared Goff just because he's younger, right? And that's just the way that quarterbacks are being paid right now. So,
yeah, that's the question with Tua. It's, does he elevate the team? And like, that's what you want with a quarterback, right?
yeah.
But if you believe in your ability to continue to roster build and keep weapons on that offense for Tua, if you believe in Mike McDaniel long term, then paying him makes sense. And it's like, yeah, just pay him all the money like you got to do for quarterbacks. Everybody's going to roast you and say he's fucking overpaid. Ha, 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 ha. You paid the weakest armed quarterback in the world, the most money ever. You're a fucking idiot, Miami Dolphins. They're going to call you fucking idiots so hard, but you deal with it as a Dolphins fan. And you hope they're healthy at the playoffs, they make a run, and they shut people up.
Yeah. I mean, his stats last year, I mean, again, you're not really like thrilled about the turnovers, but he threw for over 4,600 yards last season.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
And like with Tyreek, like he's even better.
Yeah.
Because they've given him all those weapons on the offense.
That's the more pressing questions. Like how long is Tyreek Hill going to stay dominant at his position for the Dolphins? And how long does he even want to play? Because he's already hinted that he wants to retire early, right?
Yeah, because he's going to be 30 this year?
Yeah. So,
I mean, where are you at with that? Like, do you just make him like the next, one of the highest paid quarterbacks and just call it a day and go?
Yeah, I mean, you try to reason with him. You'd be like, you're not the best quarterback in the NFL, Tua. We will pay you as the 6th best quarterback. You haven't won a playoff game, bruh. Has he? He hasn't, right? They haven't won a playoff game.
They're the longest team with a playoff drought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you just say that?
What?
Did you just say that?
No.
Okay, good.
You're good. Yeah, I think you have to pay him a lot of money, and it's going to be close to like $45-50 million. Like,
yeah,
it's
that's just what it is now.
It's exactly. And so if you turn around and go, no, we're not going to pay you, then you're starting all over again. People are losing their jobs. Yeah. Because even if they don't do well, if they don't win a playoff game this year, like I think people are already losing their jobs. But yeah, it's rough, man. It is. That's a rough situation to be in because they're on this. They're this team that was like set up for last year to make a big run. Okay, this is it. Tua's healthy. What have you? And they still can do it. What is that? What are you listening to?
Sorry, I found what the people wanted, Tom.
Oh, jeez. All right. No, it's not going to set a new standard. No, like Jordan Love is probably going to get paid around like $50 million. Before Jared Goff, I was in the like $45 million range, but he's probably going to be paid around 50. He's not going to set a new standard because he only has one season under his belt of actual play. Like if he had been dominating this entire time, then yeah, it's gonna be doing that. But no, it's not gonna like break records or anything like that. And if it does, like he's the highest paid quarterback, which I still would. I don't know if they would make him that. It's gonna get changed almost immediately. Because
who gets paid more, Love or Tua? You think?
I think it's Love. I think Love. I mean, it depends. I think who goes first, right? But I think there's a good chance it's Love.
Yeah, Tua's a very good quarterback when operating with the talent. And I think what we saw from Jordan Love is there's this part of him and his game where even after just one season, you could argue that as he gets more reps, more experience, he's the type of quarterback who could raise everybody around him. Sure. And he can single-handedly like win games in tough situations. And I like Tua, but like I don't know if that's who he is as a quarterback. I think like that's the most fair way to kind of describe who Tua is. And you might have argued that is who like Jared Goff was when he got traded. It doesn't mean they can't get better at that. And I think like Goff getting paid again before Tua got his first extension, right? And Joe Burrow got paid already. Justin Herbert got paid already. So it's just like a waiting game. And they probably should have paid Tua earlier because he'd be a little bit cheaper right now than he's going to be. So I don't know.
I mean, because you got the guy you got the coach who was like, yep, all about Tua on the plane, like FaceTiming Tua, being like, I'm going to make you look really good. They got all these weapons, offensive line, but they get all these weapons. And now it's just trying to keep those pieces together. But there was already a limited window. And this sounds really harsh. And I don't mean, because I like Tua. And I think he in that scheme, like that system, he is really good because they've set him up for success. Do you think Tua elevates a team, or do you think the team is elevating Tua? Like that's kind of, I think, and you could pay him regardless, right? You might have to pay him regardless, but I think it might be a situation where the team / scheme is elevating him a little bit, and he's good. I'm not trying to say he's a bad player. But, I mean, Jordan Love has the lowest paid wide receiver room in the league. Like, it's a bunch of near rookies. You know, and again, it's a different team, but, like, their offensive line is a little bit better. And I don't know, man. I think it might be a little
hard. It's hard to gauge.
It's a team elevating Tua, I think, because you look at pre-Mike McDaniel, right? And that's a whole different thing. But like when they brought in Tyreek, you have Waddle and stuff, and they have the run game. Like, yeah, they're doing better. It's just, damn. Yeah, it's a tough decision for Miami is going to have to make. I think they're going to wind up paying him. I would not be surprised if there's like an out in a couple of years where like they take some dead cap just in case, and then they wind up.
That's pretty much every contract, though. There's always an out.
They'll have like an out in like 2 or 3 years.
Unless you're Deshaun Watson. For some reason, Deshaun Watson.
God. And it just highlights how bad that deal was. Truly. Yeah. Truly. So if they play well this year, they're going to have to. Like, he might legit just become the highest paid QB because Jerry's sitting on it, and I get it, but what else are they going to do?
Yeah. Dak's good. Like, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I've got no problem paying Dak. I feel like the issues with the Cowboys struggles are kind of like beyond him. But
I think
after the Netflix roasting of Tom Brady, I'm scared ESPN's coming for my cum jokes. You stay away from my cum jokes, ESPN. I'm the king of jizz. I'm the king of jizz, ESPN, not you.
You knew it was coming, Tom.
Literally.
Better. I say, Dak Prescott. Now it's time. Now it's time for the king of jizz. NFL Honors 2026. This year's recipient of the King of Jizz Award goes to...
I mean, wouldn't it be Phillip Rivers or Tyreek Hill at this point? Like, I feel like
Tyreek Hill, Rivers.
I mean, again, just go Phillip Rivers, and does it be a joint title for right this second?
Yeah. What are the parameters for it? That's what we got to ask.
I mean, I think you just have to go with proof, and no one wants that proof. But then, if you have a lot of kids like Phillip Rivers or Tyreek Hill, then it kind of is there, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was reported on a cajillion times. Like Watson's kid, like it's destroyed a lot.
Well, I don't think it has because nobody else gave fully guaranteed after that.
No, but it was one of those things that when it happened, people around the league were like, "Are you serious right now? Yeah. Like, is that what we're doing?" Yeah. And I think it's also proven as a warning that it's like, "Hey, don't do this.
Yeah.
Do not do this. Like, this is a bad idea."
It's so funny that the Browns were the team to do it.
Yeah. Is Russell Wilson or Watson? Oh, it's Watson. It's not even close. Like, Russell
Yeah.
Wilson's not a great contract. Russell Wilson's not a good contract. It's a really bad trade. But Deshaun Watson tops it in trade and in contract. And even if you wanted to say, okay, let's look at those two things separately. The amount they gave up for Deshaun Watson, the Browns are finally picking a first rounder this year, right? And his performance hasn't been to the level to justify just the trade alone. And then the contract, there's no escape. You can't get out. It's not like, well, in a couple years we can have it out. No, it is fully guaranteed. You are paying him all that money until just the death of the son. So
death do you part. More money for Watson, more draft capital for Watson. And the Browns, you could argue, a better team around Watson, and they did not succeed with him. And having Joe Flacco come in and get him to the playoffs made it look even worse. And a suspension. And there was an 11-game suspension in there. I know all the reasons that one was worse. I know them all. But
Brand's like, I had to justify
Wilson
it.
said some silly things. So he's worse. He said, let's ride. That is a bigger sin to people than
it might
alleged sexual misconduct.
Why are you talking about that? I'm talking about literally just the Browns going, here's all the money and it's
I'm
guaranteed.
talking about the internet. Let's ride.
Yeah, got it.
Far worse than alleged sexual misconduct.
I don't think anyone said that.
Everybody said it to me, Tom.
Well, I think that's just bullying you, Brandon.
I don't care.
Because
how many times did did Watson do a Subway commercial and look like an idiot?
I just asked, what if Russell Wilson kind of sucks? That's all I asked. It was just one question. It was just one question.
The worst question you've ever asked.
It was right.
When you're burning in hell, looking Satan in the eyes,
Yep.
That'll be the reason.
Because I said Russell Wilson might. Because
I betrayed your friend.
You're wearing a Lions shirt.
Yeah, go Lions. I like the Lions.
Hey, appreciate you, Joey.
I am.
Thank you. You betrayed your friend. I'm pretty sure you betrayed me way before.
No.
Where's my bronze bust? You watch Coach yet?
Perna never pays his debts.
It's the opposite of a Lannister.
That's my grandfather.
That's true. That's it. That's the Lannister version. That's the Perna version.
I don't know where to get a bronze bust.
We got to get Rachel to make it.
Does she do bronze? Well, maybe just a sculpture.
No, 3D printer one. Yeah, just 3D printer one.
Yeah, I'll pay Rachel to do that.
See, I think that's the thing, though. That could wind up punishing me because you could do things with a mold of my face. No, not sexual, Brandon. It's not always sexual. I mean,
it is in my head.
I mean, like that Denver Broncos helmet could go right on my head.
Yeah,
it's true.
I could get a little Vikings helmet and put it on you.
Now and you just. So I'll see you in hell. I'll see if we're going.
A little Bears helmet, a little Vikings helmet.
Peyton, let's go,
buddy.
Lions
helmet. Ooh, good luck, Peyton. First year's going to be hell, my friend. Be worth it after that, though.
But you said the net. Okay, you know what? How about we do this? We remove the bust bet. We get that out.
I like that one.
We remove
coach.
We remove coach. But
oh God.
If you have a second child, it's just got to be a name that's
Name it Tom?
Yeah.
Wow.
How badly do you not want to watch Coach? The fact that there's even any thought. You're like, we talked to Jess.
If it were a boy, I could swing it.
Yeah.
Tommy. I'd go Tommy.
Yeah. That's what I grew up with. I was Tommy.
A girl, though, I don't want to name her Tom.
No, that wouldn't.
What's the female equivalent to Tom?
Thomasina.
Tomalina? Thomasina?
Tamarina Cabina.
Tambourine?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember somebody. I don't know if it was a stream we did recently. It was like in the last week. People were trying to name my next child as well.
Oh, so we could do it like we could have a poll and just have it like be voted upon. That could be even worse. But no, I want to be narcissistic.
I would rather name my child Wildflower. Yeah, that's a good one. It would be really tragic if that child grew up to be super, super conservative. Wildflower. As far right wing as you can get, but the name of a hippie
You thought
baby.
I'd be for the environment?
Yeah.
Nay, I'm burning it down. Burning it. It's true. That's exactly Silver. That is perfect. Yes. Brandon Perna is Michael Scott in that situation. Yes. I did hate it. It's true. Not wrong.
Oof.
Not wrong.
Yeah, who the fuck was trying to name my kid?
I don't know. I was just
I
trying
didn't
once.
have it. Maybe that was a text exchange.
Fine, Kelsey. It's fine. Okay, so all right. Well, then if it's so we could do it this way, right? So if it's a boy named Tommy, right?
Tomatillo?
Great restaurant that I know. Oh, it's so good. And if it's a girl, you got to watch Coach.
What's your mom's name?
Kathy.
I'll name her Kathy.
You got to watch Coach.
No.
You got to watch Coach.
So I'll get the bronze bust.
No, you got to do both right now unless you have a second child.
I got to just keep stacking up my debt. I got to turn this debt into more debt. That's how.
Well,
I'm going to pay off this credit card with another credit card.
The final season of Coach is coming out this summer. Then it's all done. Then you have no excuse.
How many hours is it total?
It's like 24 hours total.
Fuck! No! That's like 2 extended versions of Lord of the Rings.
That's a lot more than so that'd be like 9 hours, right? Like 3, 6, 9.
3.5 each, maybe. Yeah, it's like 2.5 of that. Like, and I like that. I've done that. I don't want to watch that shit again.
Listen, I'm doing a full GCU rewatch this summer. I'm rewatching the whole thing before Coach season 6. You and I could just literally, I think it's a week after I get back, I'm just going to stream it like every night till it's done. So you could just be on that stream and that's how you can fulfill your punishment. And I'm going to be pausing a lot.
Maybe what I should do is I should watch it with it streaming, but then I put it behind a paywall. So then I make money off of you for watching you.
So you're saying
Come watch me watch Tom for 24 hours, but you got to pay to do it.
I would just leave it paused and I would just talk about, I'd go on like a 3-hour rant about something, be like, okay, episode 2. Oh, I would drag it out.
No, I'm not bringing you in.
No, I know. No. But it would force you to stream it.
But what?
If you were streaming me watching the GCU.
No, I would just stream the videos from your channel as I watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Scooter did.
Yes.
And he made money. That's what we've been saying this whole time. Yeah, you're streaming them.
No, I'm not streaming watching that. Unless I make a membership only stream of it.
It's true. It's accurate. Okay.
If I streamed all that on my channel, I would be too scared.
Now, I will tell you, what do you mean too scared?
Too scared.
All right. I just want to let you know that if I got you to name your potential future son, Tom, you know the first question we ask, is it named after Tom Brady?
Why would you ask that?
Because I like chaos.
It's like a boy named Sue. I named my son Tom so he would grow up to be tough.
That's it. That's
after
it.
he gets ridiculed for having the name Tom his whole life.
Wildflower Perna has a good ring to it.
Wildflower's fine. You got wild, you got flower. You got two good things.
Middle name has to be turquoise. That's Wildflower's Wildflower Turquoise.
This is Wildflower and my other child, Geode.
I thought it was Carmi. What happened? Carmi.
No, these are two new kids. Two.
Oh, you're
fictional-
gonna have twins?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wildflower and Tommy.
Carmi actually has a set of twin babies, like dolls, and what
Mhm.
she calls the boy one Tommy. The other name changes. I forget, but
Tamya.
Tamya. Tamya Harding.
I love it so much. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, listen. I think at the end of the day, to go back all the way, because we went off the rails so hard. Because
Ooh.
we start. What?
What if you had to name your child Harrison?
Harrison?
Yeah.
Like Butker?
Yeah.
See, I don't even think of him. I just go Harrison Ford. And I'm like, that's
No,
badass.
but you gotta name him Harrison Butker Grossi.
No.
Are you pregnant somewhere? I want to
I-
name your children.
No, I haven't lost bets to you because you suck at it.
I want to name your child name it Purple People Eaters. I love the Vikings. Go Fran Tarkenton Grossi.
Long.
Yeah, imagine that kid having to write that name on all of his papers at school.
No. Oh yeah, Tomi.
Tommy
Oh.
with an I.
Oh no, isn't it? Was that was it Tommy Lauren or whatever her name is? God, I haven't heard about her in forever now.
Oh yeah, what happened to that lady?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her. So dropped off.
Did she just turn into Lauren Boebert? I feel like
She just morphed.
is that
into-
Lauren Boebert?
Just evolved into. Oh, Tammy. There you go. You got Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
Got Tammy. Ron Swanson would not be happy.
No,
Ron Swanson would not be happy.
that's
Yeah,
Tammy
it's-
number 2.
Yeah, how does Jess feel about this? We gotta talk to Jess about it. That's the real decision maker.
Yeah.
Well, who chose the name Carmi?
we both did.
Who came up with it first, though?
Well, it's Carmela was a name Jess liked,
Oh,
and
there
it
it is.
also just happened to be my it was my grandpa's mom's name.
Oh,
So it was a family name that she liked, and we're like that. We love it. We love it.
okay.
We
So
didn't, like it was we didn't know we were gonna call her Carmi, all the time. It's just like one of those things. Like it's Carmela, and then went right to Carmi. And then the show The Bear came out, and the main character's Carmi in that. So
now she has to become a
I
chef.
watched The Iron Claw, Tom.
Did you like it?
It's fucking depressing.
It's
but
depressing
yes.
as hell, but yeah, it's
I didn't
good.
know what happened in that movie. And I was
Dude.
like, when's it gonna stop?
So like they didn't even talk about like there was the younger sibling who died, who like got electrocuted and drowned in a puddle. Like, dude, like their family has been through it. The Von Erichs, it's crazy.
It was a really good movie. It's a great movie.
I would die laughing.
Zac Efron was so jacked in it, but
It was, yeah, no, it was a good movie. It's very, very depressing.
yeah. I thought like we'd made it through all the terrible stuff. I'm like, that's a lot of bad stuff, and then it just kept going.
Yep. Hey, let's go, Curtis. Figure that out about yourself. Love it.
And then like Jess watched half of it before she gave up. But
Yeah.
they were talking about what was the it was the NWA
Yeah.
at the time. And she started asking like a wrestling question about it. She's like, so did that turn into the WWE? I was like, well, there was the WWF. I was like, Tom would know how to explain this.
I was like,
got
hey, listen, we could do
Like
a
Tom could tell
wrestling.
ya.
We could do a wrestling seminar. We could just do it. Name your next kid Russ.
Oh, that would be hard. That would be way harder than Tom, I think. That would be way harder.
What if Russell Wilson kind of sucks Perna?
I'd rather name it Tom than Russ. And I think, and like Russ is a nice sounding name, but like
we would have to then
Sport,
have
no.
Russell Wilson. We would have to find a way to get him on GPS and be like, Brandon loves you so much, he named his kid after you.
yeah. I like how this is actually a punishment for my child. Like I don't give a
Oh
fuck
yeah,
what the name is.
100%. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
ruining that child doesn't even exist right now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even know if it will exist.
Yeah, they didn't talk about Chris Von Erich. Yep. Exactly. Yeah,
So that
legit.
was
Because another one, he ended his own life too. Like it was, yeah, it's dude. That family just has been through it. So, yeah.
2 other brothers because they talked about the first brother, the oldest sibling that died. They
Yeah.
they do reference that. They never said how.
Yeah, it was Jack. Yeah, he literally was like electrocuted as a child and fell face forward into like a puddle. Like it was,
Damn.
dude,
That's
horrific.
crazy.
Horrific. Dude, I'm telling you, Brandon, you want to get into wrestling? I'm wearing a wrestling shirt today. There's a Bret the Hitman Hart shirt.
One day.
Okay, we'll get you in. We'll get there.
I don't mind it. I'll go there before Pokemon. I know that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Perna, what you got coming out today, buddy?
I think we're gonna pinch out a new worst game ever
Is it for the Nuggets?
for the playoff game.
Hell
last
yeah,
night.
let's go.
I'll have some football videos later this week, but that one just seems appropriate right now.
Hell yeah.
Curious to see how it does.
Hell yeah.
What do you got, Tom?
Quentin Johnston. Oh, Tommy Jefferson, Turquoise Williams, not wide receiver 1. I like that. I'm going to put out probably the Ravens fan reaction to the season. I still have like 20 of those to do. I'm trying to get out as many as I possibly can. I put out the fan events. That came out on Friday. That was all announced. I'm trying to lock down one more incentive before I can put that out and release that to the world. But
Nice.
yeah, we're a rock.
Nice.
So, but folks, we appreciate you. We'll probably be back on Wednesday. We'll see what happens. We'll find something to talk about. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
When you reach your destiny, bound. And it's Tom.